Hi everybody, it's Monday evening. Welcome to Stamping with Denise. We'll give just a second while we wait for everyone to come on. Did you have a good weekend? I did. I was at a conference all weekend with my state of Michigan nurse practitioner conference. I think I got the crud. I haven't felt real great today. So actually I came home from work and took a little nap and when I'm done, I'm gonna probably pretty much go to bed too. So, but hopefully it'll pass. I had a good time though. It was nice to see some of my friends, so. But my big news this week is Saturday. I've got tickets to go see Hamilton, so I'm looking forward to that. Don't forget that if you share my video, you have a chance to win the project we're working on tonight. All you have to do is hit share and then comment shared down below, and you'll have a chance to win the projects. So, hello Linda. You may remember that last week we made these cute little 3D projects, the little spring basket, the little box, and the little sour cream containers. Whoops. There you go. See those? Yep, remember those? And our winner from last week was Martha Rogers. So Martha, I know how to get these to you, and I'll make sure you get them, okay? So, while you're watching the video and if the comments are in the way, just swipe them over to the right and they'll go away. And if you want them back, you just swipe the other direction. I'm going to try not to cough. Like I said, I think I kind of got the crud. I haven't been feeling real great, but I did want to come do my life tonight for everybody. So we're going to get started, and I've got some fun things to show you, I hope. So let me put the phone up in the holder and we will get started. Hang on. So I will try not to cough too much. Please forgive me. I promise it's not contagious, at least through the camera, through Facebook. You're not going to get it. So, okay. Well, let me show you. Tonight we're going to feature, let me adjust my lighting here. I always have to adjust it once I've put the camera up in the holder. Okay, I think that's better. We'll give that a try. Okay, so the stamp set I'm going to use tonight is called Strong and Beautiful. It's in the Occasions catalog, and it's nothing but sentiments. But you know, I really love this set because there's nothing but positive things. You know, we've got our Happy Mother's Day, things about, this one says, God made you my mother, love made you my friend. You have what it takes to be unstoppable, and I couldn't be more proud. You're like a diamond, resilient, strong, and beautiful. To the woman who does it all with grace and wisdom. So just a lot of positive sentiments, and I think it's a really nice addition to anybody's set. So we're going to use that tonight. And real quick before I show you the project we're going to work on, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment, and we're going to do a little bit of big shot work, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with everything, okay? So let me pull my stamp over, get the stamp over. I'm using Smoky Slate for my sentiment. Hi, Cynthia. See you there. So, again, this is one of our red rubber stamps. So, we don't need a, make sure it's good and inked up. Don't need a foam mat underneath because it's already built in to the stamp. And there we go. Okay, there's my sentiment. Let me close up my ink. That's the only real traditional type of stamping we have to do tonight. So let me grab my big shot here. Got a couple things to do for it. Let's see here. Let me slide that out of the way. So, oh, I gotta turn this around. It'll be easier to turn if I put the handle toward me, won't it? Okay. So, I know this is kind of backwards. I haven't shown you the project yet, but I will. So we're going to cut the sentiment out with the stitched oval. With the stitched framelits, we're going to use one of the ovals. I think this is the second to the largest one. And then this is going to be behind that sentiment, okay? But I can just cut them both out at the same time. Hi Vicki, it's good to see you. Yep, Cynthia, I absolutely agree. It is a really great set of sentiments. Okay, so anyway, there we go. And then we're going to use an embossing folder. This is an embossing folder that was available for celebration, but they have told us it is carrying over. So let me adjust my big shot so you can see. This is called the Country Floral Dynamic Embossing Folder, and it's really thick and heavy. And I'm going to go ahead and let me emboss my paper real quick, and then we will get started on our project. And did you know that these little embossing, on this embossing folder, it doesn't make as much difference. But right here there's a line, so it helps you line it up. So like if you have a design that perhaps is a straight line, and it would make a difference if it was crooked, it helps you line it up. So on these really thick embossing folders, oops, you only need the top plate, and there I am, I'm trying to shove it through with the adapter. See, I'm talking, not paying any attention to what I'm doing. Okay, I'll try this again. There we go. Make sure it fits snug, but not quite that snug. There we go. Okay, let me get the big shot and everything out of the way. Just want to make sure I don't put that on top of my computer. That would not make me happy. Okay, so can you see how deep that embossing is? Isn't that neat? Okay, so I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. We are going to turn it into this card here, and we are going to color these flowers in. Okay, I'm going to show you how it's done. It's really simple. I find it kind of relaxing. I'm not sure it's something I'd want to do if I had to make a lot of cards, but if I had to do 2 or 3, I could probably do that. Excuse me, there's that crud. Those of you that came in late, I'm kind of working on some crud here. I don't know. I caught something. I was at a conference this weekend. So, what I used to color this is I used regular old rubbing alcohol out of the medicine cabinet. You know, it's less than $1 a bottle. And I used our Reinkers. And what you do is put just a little bit. I don't need a lot because I'm not coloring a large amount of alcohol. And let's see, what color should I start with? Here, I'm going to start actually with the blue. I used Balmy blue here. I'll go through all the colors that I used, and the colors will be in the description too. You may be like, well, why are you using alcohol instead of water? You know what? Alcohol dries quicker. Yep. So there's no right, there's no wrong on how to do this. Oh, I got a couple layers of paper here. Thank you, Kathy. This is one of my favorite embossing folders too. I love it. So this is just our Aqua painter. And normally you can put water in it, but I'm just using it to paint with. Now I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole thing. I've got another one done, but I'm going to do some of them. One thing you need to realize, you know, just like I said, alcohol dries quicker than water, which is good because it means that your paper doesn't get super saturated. This is just regular our thinner Whisper White. You know, we have a thicker and a thinner, and this is just the thinner. But the alcohol dries a lot quicker than the water, which is good, but if you stop and you come back and you use this blue in 10 or 15 minutes, it's probably going to be a darker shade because some of the alcohol has evaporated, okay? So just keep that in mind here. So I'm going to do some of these blue flowers, and then I'll show you. We'll do another color just to show you. Let me finish this little bunch here. Actually, I was trying to finish all of the same color flowers, so at least they were this kind of the same shade. But I guess the nice thing about nature is pretty much anything goes color-wise. So when you're dealing with things like flowers, it's really super easy. There's not too much that's wrong. Okay, let me do these little ones down here real quick. See how easy this is? You know, if you wanted it darker, you could probably put another drop of Reinker in there. If you wanted it lighter, you could add a little bit more alcohol, you know, to dilute it a little bit. So, okay, one more flower on this bunch, and then I'm going to go on. But this is super simple, and you know what? You don't have to be real exact. It's kind of, you know, like watercolor. Watercolor's not all that perfect. Okay, and so then you just want to kind of dry off, you know, rub your brush on some paper towel till you get a lot of the color off, and that'll clean up most of that's off of there. And so I'm going to show you. We're going to do another color here. Let's see. Let's do. You know, let's do some purple. Yeah, this one here is Highland Heather. The colors I've used are Balmy Blue, Flirty Flamingo, the Powder Pink, Daffodill Delight, Pear Pizzazz, and then this one I used Coastal Cabana, but in the other one that I have finished, I actually used the Grapefruit Grove. So, you know, the only thing you got to kind of watch is if your inks get too close, they could kind of, you know, blend. So let's see, let's do these little, these kind of look like forget-me-nots, I don't know. So you can see it's just really simple, and you know what, I guarantee you, you're going to think you got every one of a certain type of flower, and you're going to be all done, you're going to be all cleaned up, and you realize you missed something. I guarantee it. It's happened to me a couple of times. So I had to go back and put a little bit more out there. Okay. So, there's a bunch right here. Okay. I'm going to do one more little color. I'm going to do some yellow for the centers. Then some of these raised dots that are in this embossing, you know, that are embossed, I colored also. I don't know if you can see or not. Like right, you know, here, you know, I just kind of want to make sure you can see. Some of them have some color on them, so just adds a little bit of interest. Okay, now I'm going to show you. I'm going to just do a little bit of yellow. Whoops, that's a lot. Hold on here. I'm going to soak a little bit of that up. I certainly don't need that much alcohol there. Okay. And this is Daffodil Delight. And I'm just using my largest block as kind of a palette. You know, there's stuff you can buy, but why spend money? Use what you have. It just wipes off. So, like I said, if this was too dark, I could dilute it a little bit more, but I kind of like that. Here, this one's got a center, and that one's got a center on it. Then I might even do some of the little dots here. And all you really have to do is touch it, because then it'll just absorb. The paper will just absorb it. And you know, you could do a bunch of different colors. So anyway, it's really not hard, a lot of fun. So let me show you the one that I have done here. Let me set this over to the side. Okay. So, yeah, and you know, it went through a little bit, but the paper's not wet. It's already dry where I've done that. So it's nice the alcohol dries so quick. So anyway, this was the one I did, another one I did, so you didn't have to wait. And you can see it's pretty much the same. I ended up making these flowers different colors because I wasn't paying attention. So the roses and the, I don't know what you call those, dahlias maybe, are different colors. And this is the one I used the Coastal Cabana, and over here I used the Grapefruit Grove. So really doesn't make much difference. You can see this blue's a little lighter than that blue. No, none of them are going to be, this purple's darker than that purple. None of them are going to be exactly the same. But I found it kind of relaxing. My husband thought it was kind of cool too. He walked in yesterday when I was playing with it. So this is super simple. So, and the nice thing, there really wasn't a lot of dry time to it. Because again, the alcohol dries fast. Now this card base is the powder pink. This is one of the this is one of the in colors that's retiring here at the end of May. So if there's any of that you want, you need to be getting it now, because in a couple weeks, about mid-April, the retiring list is going to come out, and things are going to start selling out very, very quickly. Okay, so so I've got my sentiment that we cut out before. I'm just going to use some dimensionals. This is the last week for several things going on at Stampin' Up. It's the last week for celebration. Remember, you get free items with either a $50 or $100 purchase. This embossing folder that I used tonight is one of the items that's available for free with a $50 purchase. It's also the last week. Sunday also ends the great deal on the starter kit, $99 plus tax, and you get $175 worth of product. You never have to sell anything if you don't want to, but it's a great way to get your craft hobby started, or add some of the things you've been looking for. And then there were some additional celebration coordination items too. Vicki, it's not too late to get the folder. It is, this folder is carrying over into the annual catalog, but you've got 1 week to get it for free. So, yeah. Kathy asked me, does it spread much like coloring with the blends? You know what? I think these are easier than coloring with the blends. It's more of a watercolor look, where the blends I feel like are a little bit more, you know, bright, vivid, strong colors. I find these easier and more forgiving. If you look close, you can see where I didn't quite do it exact, but you know, I think from a distance, it just looks, it looks great. And that's exactly what my husband said. He goes, looks like a watercolor painting. So for right now, I don't have anything else. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. Please share my video, and maybe then I'll be sending you this project next week. Okay? Thanks again. And when I see you all Monday, I'll tell you how Hamilton was. If you missed the beginning, I'm going to Hamilton next Saturday, so I'm excited. I'm hoping that this crud goes away so I can enjoy myself and not feel miserable. So thanks everybody. You all have a good one. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to share. Bye now. Happy Monday.